Hi students, good afternoon everyone. Okay students, in the previous class we learned about find, replace and go to, right? Okay students, so what is the shortcut key to open, find and replace dialog box? So what is the shortcut key to open, find and replace dialog box, students? So under home tab, you can go to editing group and then click on replace, because when we click on the find option, the navigation pane will be appeared on the left side of the window, right? Now what is the shortcut key to open, find and replace dialog box, students? Control plus F. See, when we press Control plus F, navigation pane is displayed. But what about the find and replace dialog box? Very good. The shortcut method is press F5 or Control plus H is also correct one, or Control plus G. Very good. So not Control plus R. So for replace, Control plus H. For go to, Control plus G. See, when we press Control plus H, as find and replace dialog box will be appeared on the window. Or else, so press escape, Control plus G, as it opens the same dialog box again. Or else, press F5, so that is the shortcut key to open, find and replace dialog box, students. Press F5. So what is the use of find, replace and go to? So by using a find tab, we can search for any type of words or phrases in the entire document. By using replace, we can easily replace the existing word with the new word. So by using go to, we can directly move to the certain pages, sections or lines, etc. Okay, that is about find, replace and go to. And next we already discussed cover page, blank page and page break on pages group. See, when we click on the insert tab, the first group is pages group. Okay, so under pages group, so 1 second, I'll zoom the screen. So under pages group, we are having different commands like cover page, blank page and page break. Okay, so cover page, by using cover page we can easily design any type of cover pages by selecting one of the built-in cover page, so which is provided by the MS Word. Okay students, you can select any one of these. So what about blank page? So if you want to insert a blank page within the same document, then simply first place your cursor on a particular location that where you want to insert the blank page and simply click on blank page. So it will automatically create one new page in the same document. Or else press Ctrl plus enter, because Ctrl plus enter is the shortcut key to insert the blank page. Press Ctrl plus enter. So what about page break? As page break is used to insert page breaks in between the paragraphs. Simply first place your cursor in between the paragraphs, that is where you want to insert page breaks. Page break pushes the paragraph to the next page and then click on page break. Okay students, so that is about cover page, blank page and page break. And when coming to the table command, as table command is available under tables group. So this is one of the important feature in MS Word. As in MS Word we can create tables by using table command. Okay students, we already discussed how to insert the table. The process of creating tables in MS Word. Okay, in how many ways we can insert tables in MS Word, students? Because creating tables can be done using many methods. So very good. So under table command, so we are having different options to insert table in MS Word. First one is insert table, which contains grid of cells. We can select the number of cells over the grid. Second one is insert table. It will displays the dialog box. Okay, and then you can enter the number of columns and number of rows that you want to insert. And next one is draw table. So by using pen, we can easily draw the table exactly what you want. And next one is convert text to table. So if you want to convert the plain text to table, first we need to select the text on a document. Okay students, first we need to select the text on a document. See now, the convert text to table option is not highlighted here. Why? Because first we have to select the text to enable the option. For example, here I will select these 2 lines and then click on table. See students, observe. Here convert text to table option is highlighted, then click on that option. So if you want to insert table by converting text to table option, and again you will get this dialog box, that is convert text to table dialog box, and enter the number of columns and the number of rows you want. Okay, and then click on OK. So this is about convert text to table option. So what is the next one students? So I will press Ctrl plus Z, okay, and I will just move to the first page. And the next one is Excel spreadsheet. As we can easily embed Excel spreadsheet here to create tables in MS Word. So that is by clicking on the Excel spreadsheet, it will automatically opens the Excel spreadsheet in our documents. Okay students. Next one is the last one, quick tables. Yes, in quick tables we have so many built-in tables. So select any one of the built-in table on that list and then okay, you can replace the text with your, can edit the text with your own content. So these are the different ways to insert tables in MS Word. Okay students. So this is about the inserting table in MS Word. Now the next part is how to apply different styles for the table. So first, here I would like to create a table to enter the student details like student database. For example, first I will select the second option, that is insert table. Then you will get this dialog box, that is insert table dialog box. Here like to enter 6 columns, okay, 7 columns, 6 columns and 4 rows, and then click on OK. Okay students, so this is the table. So now I would like to enter the student details, like I'll start from roll number. Okay, roll number. Okay, so this is the first cell students. So here you are having 6 columns and 4 rows. Okay. So these are columns, 6 columns, and these are rows. Okay. So if you want to move to the next cell, use arrow keys or press tab from the keyboard. Here on the first cell, I will enter roll number, and if I want to move to the next cell, press tab or else press right arrow. So if you want to move to the left side of the cell, press left arrow, down arrow to move to the below cell, up arrow to move to the above cell. So use arrow keys or press tab. Okay. And the second one is a name. Third one is, here I would like to enter group. Okay. So next one, subject 1. For example, subject 2. And last one is total. Okay students, TOT, total. Okay, so roll number, name, group, subject 1 and total. And then here I would like to enter the student details like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'll remove the bold. So these are column headings, which is called as header row. Okay, so next one, name. Okay, enter another name. Again enter another name. So group. So BCA. Okay. BSc and BBA. So subject 1, so enter marks and press tab or, okay students, so we'll find the total by using formulas. Okay students, okay. Now I'll remove the bold for the rest of the cells. Okay students, so I'll decrease the size to 24. Okay. So this is the sample table. Okay. Here I'll enter some students details like student database. Now we are going to discuss the table style. So once you create the table, just observe the ribbon students. So once you create the table, I'll get these two tabs, that is design and layout tab. That means when you select the table, simply two tabs are displayed on the ribbon. Those are called as contextual tabs or hidden tabs. That means you can see these tabs when you select a table. So design tab and layout tab. For example, if I come back from the table, see, design tab and layout tab are not displayed here. So when you select or when you place your cursor position on the table, then automatically two tabs under table tools are appeared across the ribbon. That is design tab and layout tab. So in this design tab, we are having some table styles, table style options, shading, etc. That means you can do coloring and table formatting by using design tab. So what about layout tab? By using layout tab, we can work with the structure of the table. Like we can insert rows and columns and we can delete rows and columns. We can merge and split the cells by using layout tab. Simply layout tab contains the tools that are used to modify the structure of the table. So whereas design tab contains various styles and style options that are used to work with the table formatting. So that is about design tab and layout tab. Now I want to apply different table styles by using table styles group, which is available on design tab. So under design tab, so one group is available, that is table styles group. So table styles group contains so many inbuilt styles. So these are all the inbuilt table styles. First select your table or place your cursor position on the table. Place your cursor on the table. So what is ribbon students? What is ribbon? So ribbon in MS Word or ribbon in MS Office is used to organize the commands. Used to organize the commands, and the commands are available in tabs. So ribbon can be organized into three components. First one is tabs, next one is commands, and next one is groups, because each group contains related commands. Each group organizes the related commands. So ribbon was introduced from Word 2007, MS Office 2007. Okay. So these are the various inbuilt styles. For example, here I would like to apply this style for my table. Simply click on that particular table style. Okay, S. So this is one of the inbuilt style which I can apply here. Okay, see, the first row and the first column have been colored here. Am I right? Yes, with violet color. Okay, here we are having table style options on the left hand side of the table styles group. So on the design tab, the first group is table style options. So table style options are used to modify the table styles which we have applied for the table. For example, here already header row is selected, first column is selected, banded rows is selected. Am I right? Okay, just observe the screen. I'll deselect the items. Okay, so table style options contains, so first I will show you how many options are available here. First one is header row, first column, total row, last column, banded rows, banded columns. So what is meant by header row? The first row is called as header row. Why? Because so the table contains all the column headings on the first row, right? So that is represented with header row. The first row of table is represented with header row. First column, so this is the first column. Total row. Total row represents the last row. Why? Because usually total is calculated on the last row, right? So total row represents the last row of the table. Next one is last column. So in our table, so this is the last column, that is TOT, shortcut for total. Okay. Next one, banded rows and banded columns. So banded rows means alternate rows. Banded rows means alternate rows. Banded columns means alternate columns. So here we are having 6 options. So now I will show you how to apply these options. Just observe the table, students. First one, see, I will deselect the header row. So what will happen here, students? If I will deselect the header row, what will happen here? Again, I will select the header row again. Did you observe any changes here? Just select the headings and put the formatting, put on bold for the headings to highlight the headings. Okay, bold, apply bold font style. Okay, students, come on. So did you notice any changes here? See, when I select the header row, the header row have been colored here. Now if I deselect the header row, simply here the first row is not getting with any color. So now if I deselect the first column, S, see, previously the first column have been colored here. Am I right? So when you select total row, see, this is the last row which represents the total row. When you select the last column, see, last row is separated from the table. So when you select the total row, the last row is separated from the table to calculate the totals of the above cells. When you deselect the banded rows, Just observe the changes, students. So what is happening to the table? So this is banded rows. I'll deselect the banded rows. And I'll select the banded rows. See, alternate rows have been colored. See, alternate rows. What about banded columns? Alternate columns have been colored, right? See, banded columns means alternate columns. See, it represents alternate columns. Again, select the banded rows. See, alternate rows have been highlighted. So, if you click on last column, so last column have been colored. If you click on the total row, see, the total means the last row has been separated from the table. When you click on first column, see, first column have been colored. When you click on header row, the header row have been colored. So these are the various options which are used to modify the built-in table styles which are applied to the particular table. Clear, students? See how many options are available there. So what is meant by banded rows? So banded rows means, what is meant by banded rows? Banded rows means, what is meant by banded rows? 6 options. So can you tell me the names of the options? So can you tell me the names of the table style options? Banded rows means alternate rows. Banded columns means alternate columns. So what is meant by total row? Banded rows highlights alternate rows. Banded columns highlights the alternate columns. So what about total row? Total row. Here the last row have been highlighted. Am I right? Yes. To calculate the total for the above cells. So otherwise, when you deselect the total row, otherwise it looks like a normal table. Just observe the changes, students. So this is the total row. That means the total row option is selected now. Okay. This is header row. Okay. If you do not want the header row with color, then simply deselect the header row option. Otherwise, select the header row option to color the first row. So like this, you can select any one of the built-in table style from table styles group. Okay. So we have 3 more options here. Modify table style on the table styles group. So when you click on modify table style, you will get the modify style dialog box. That means if you want to modify the table style, that means if you want to modify the formatting of the table styles, see here we are having name, style type, style based on, okay, style based on table grid 2, grid 3, etc. So you can select any one of the. Apply formatting to, if you want to apply for the whole table, the default option is whole table. Otherwise, see if you want to apply the table style for header row, select the header row. So otherwise total row, first column, last column, odd banded rows, even banded rows, odd banded columns and even banded columns. So odd banded rows means 1, 3, 5, etc. Okay. Even banded rows means 2, 4, 6, etc. Okay. Now want to apply for whole table and select any one of the font or typeface here. Size, bold. So you can select bold or italic or underline, and you can apply the colors. Okay. So just observe the preview here. So I'll select table normal. So otherwise it displays the grid on the second column. Okay. And if you want to change the borders, that means if you want to change the border style, click on any one of these style. You can select the border width also. Again, if you want to apply the color, select any color. Okay students, so this is about borders. So if you want to apply borders for all the cells, simply select all borders option, which we already discussed on home tab, okay, on paragraph group, right? Okay. Okay students, and after that click on OK. So this is how we can apply, that means we can modify the table styles by using modify table style option under table styles group. So if you want to clear the formatting, simply click on clear. Yes, we have one more option here, that is clear. So clear is used to clear the entire formatting which we are done with the table. And last one is new table style. So if you want to apply new table style, simply click on the new table style. Again, create new style from formatting dialog box will be appear. Okay, so which is similar to modify table style dialog box. And you can select the same formatting from this dialog box, like style based on, and apply formatting to select any one of the path from the table which we want to apply, and select the font size, font styles, okay, and color, okay, apply different border styles and select the width of the border, etc. Okay students, yes, these are the different options which are used to apply different table styles for the inserted table. And the next one is, here I will press Ctrl Z. Okay, so this is your previous table. Next one, and under table styles we have two more commands. So first one is table style, second one is shading. Shading option or shading command helps to color the background of the table. That means if you want to apply, okay, so next command is shading is used to color the background of the table. See, if you want to set the background of the particular cell, first select the cell and you can go with shading and select any one of the color. See, so this cell background have been colored. So like this you can select any one of the cell to color the background of the particular cell. Or else if you want to set the entire table background, select the table, select the entire table, and you can go with shading, select any one of the color. So like this you can set the background of the table. Shading is mainly used to set the background color of the table, not for the text color. Why? Because if you want to set the text color, you will go with the font color which is available on home tab. Okay students, see, for example, here I would like to apply a different color for the name Uma. First go to home tab, and this is a font color command. Okay, S. Okay students, S. So this is about shading. Clear students? Okay students, so this is about shading. So what is the next command? All borders. Yes, that means borders command is used to apply different types of borders. For example, first select the entire table. Now I would like to apply all borders for all the cells of my table. So first select the entire table and then click on borders drop down arrow. and one option is available here to apply all borders, that is all borders option. Click on all borders. See, for example, if you want to apply a border for the particular cell, simply select that cell and then you can go with borders command and apply any type of borders. This option, this command is already available under home tab, okay, under paragraph group. Again the same command is available on design tab to apply borders for the table. So select any one of the border. Okay students? Okay, clear? Yes. So the next one, again I will press Ctrl plus Z for better visibility. Okay. Okay students? So now click on the table. The last group is draw borders. So first group is table style options, next one is table styles. The last group is draw borders. As we can draw the borders on our own by using pen, that is draw table command is available as by using draw table, or else you can first select border style here, select any one of the border style and you can select the width of the border again, okay, and you can select if you want to apply, if you want to draw the borders with some colors, simply you will go with pen color. Select any one of the color on under pen color command. For example here I will select green. So observe the symbol students here, pen symbol is appeared on the word window, right? Now if you want to apply the borders for the same table, simply, okay, so if you want to separate, if you want to draw the separate table, simply draw it on the separate table, or else if you want to apply the borders for the existing table, simply click and click the pen symbol on the edges of the borders. See, like this. Just observe my pen symbol students. Okay. So like this we can apply the different borders by using. Okay students, clear? So like this you can draw lines to separate the columns. Yes, we can easily draw the borders for the existing table, or else we can easily create the another table by using draw table command. Clear students? So last one is eraser. So if you want to erase a particular border, simply click on eraser and then erase. Erase the borders. So like this. Okay students, so this is about draw borders group. Clear? Again I will press Ctrl Z. Okay students, this is our original table. Clear? Now I want to apply all borders. Select the entire table. Now I would like to apply all borders. Okay. So I want to change the border style. Okay. Then select, again select this column and apply all borders. Okay students, clear? So like this you can apply any type of borders by using borders command. So this is about the design tab. So by using design tab we can apply different table styles and we can modify the table styles by using table style options, or we can apply the background color of the table by using shading command, and we can apply borders by using borders command, and we can simply draw another table, or else we can draw the different types of borders by using pen symbol for the existing table by using draw table command. See, draw borders group contains table styles, border styles, border width, pen color, draw table and eraser. So these commands are available on draw borders. We can simply draw any type of borders by using pen symbol. Okay students, we can erase it by using eraser. So this is about the design tab. Okay students, now we'll go with another tab, that is layout tab. Clear students? Clear? So like this we can apply any type of borders. So we have so many types of borders are there. Okay. So next one is layout tab. So this is the layout tab. So that means now we'll see. So we are done with table styles and table style options, draw borders, etc. Now we'll see how to insert rows and columns. How to insert rows and columns. So for example, this is my table. Here I would like to insert a new row. So this is row. Okay. We are having 4 rows here and we are having 6 columns. Now I would like to insert one new row in between 2 and 3 roll numbers. That means I want a new row in between the 2 and 3 roll numbers. Okay, because I want to insert a new data in between these numbers. First place your cursor on roll number 3 row or 2 row. Okay, and then you can go with layout tab. So this is layout tab. So I'll zoom in. Okay, so this is layout tab. So under layout tab, so there is one important group, that is rows and columns group is available with different commands. So rows and columns group contains delete, insert above, insert below. So these 2 commands are used to insert rows. Insert above and insert below. Those are used to insert rows. So based on our cursor position, so if you click on insert above, then it inserts a new row on the above row. That means where your cursor is there. Insert below, so it inserts a new row on below the cursor position. So that means insert above and insert below is used to insert a new row based on a cursor position. So what is the next one? Insert left, insert right. See here, when I click on insert left, see wherever my cursor position is there, it inserts a new column on the left hand side. Okay, so that means if you want to insert columns, then we use any one of these commands based on your cursor position, insert left and insert right. For example, if you want to insert column on the left hand side of the cursor position, then click on, then use insert left. For example, if you want to insert a column on the right hand side of the cell, so where your cursor position is there, then click on insert right. So these are the commands which are used to insert rows and columns anywhere that you want to insert it on the table. Okay students, so now let's see how to insert row and column. I'll press Ctrl Z. So this is our table. So for example here, command students tell me, now my cursor is in the second row, that is roll number 2, that is third row. Okay, now I want to insert a new row after the second row, that is roll number 2 row. How can I insert a new row? So which command is used now? Command students tell me. Now I want to insert one new row in between 2 and 3 rows, roll number 2 and 3 rows. But now my cursor position is in the roll number 2 row. Come on, tell me the process. Now I want a new row in between 2 and 3. So which command is used right now? So I'll zoom in the commands. So there are 4 commands available. See, my cursor position is in the third row. So first row, second row, third row, that is roll number 2. So it represents roll number 2. Now I would like to insert a new row before this row and after this row. Come on. So which command is used to insert a new row in between 2 and 3? Just observe my cursor position, students, and then tell me the command name. See, we are having only 4 commands: insert above, insert below, insert left and insert right. Insert and below are mainly used to insert the rows, okay, and insert left and right commands are only used to insert columns. Under layout tab, click on, see, now my cursor position is in the roll number 2 row, am I right? So now I want to insert a new row in between 2 and 3. So based on my cursor position, here I would like to insert the new row on the below of that row. Am I right? Yes. Now click on the, now click on the insert below. Just observe the screen, students. Okay. So 1 second. So let's adjust the screen. So just observe the table and command. Okay. So if I click on insert below, see here, a new row has been created in between 2 and 3. Am I right? Now place the cursor position on roll number 3. If I click the insert above, so what will happen now? Yes, the new row has been created on the above the cursor position row. So like this you can insert any number of rows by using insert above and insert below. And there is another method to insert rows and columns, students. So first I will show you how to insert row by using the shortcut method. So without using the commands. Clear, students? Okay, clear? So insert above. So when you click on insert above, for example, here now I fix my cursor position on 1, the second row. Now I would like to insert the row on the above the second row. Click on insert above. See, a new row has been created on the above cell. Okay. So when you click on insert below, so because my cursor position was in first row, again fix the cursor position and then click on insert below. S. Now the new row has been created in between the 1 and 2. Clear? Clear, students? Okay. Now the shortcut method is, and again I will press Ctrl Z, students. Just right click on the particular cell. Okay. So right click on the particular cell. So again the context menu appears. So on the context menu we are having different options like insert, delete cells, select, draw table, borders and shading, etc. If you want to insert row or a cell or a column, simply click on, just move your pointer and place the pointer on insert. Again we are having some more options in insert, that is insert columns to the left, insert columns to the right, insert row above, so which is similar to insert above command. See, insert columns to the left is similar to insert left command available under layout tab. Insert columns to the right option is similar to insert left, insert right, and insert rows above is similar to insert above. Insert rows below, insert below. So if you want to insert a cell, then simply click on insert cells. So now click on insert rows above. Again, so click on a right click on a particular cell and again go with insert rows below. Okay, students. See, if you want to insert a new row at the end of the table, so that is very easy. Why? Because we have one shortcut method. See, first, so this is the first cell, right? Okay, just observe the screen, students. So if I press tab, I'll just move to the next cell, right? Again next cell, again next, okay? Now we are in the last cell of the table, right? Last cell of the table. If I press the tab, what will happen here, students? Again go to next cell, again now we are in last cell, again press the tab. So what will happen here, students? So what are the changes you observe here? So when we press the tab at the end of the cell, as we can apply any type of font styles or any type of font size, etc. Okay, I'll show you how to apply the formatting for the text. Okay, come on, students. So when we press the tab at the end of the cell, so what are the changes you observe here? Just observe the screen. Come on, students. Again I'll press the same tab. Come on, students. So what are the changes you observed here? So did you notice any change? As a new row is added at the end of the table. That means, see, if you want to add a new row at the end of the table, simply you can go to the last cell and fix your cursor position and then press tab. That means no need to use any command to insert a new row at the end of the table. But it is not possible for adding a new column. So this is only possible to add a new row at the end of the table, not at the middle of the table. See, if you want to add a new row at the middle of the table, simply you'll go with any one of these commands like insert above, insert below, as per your requirement and based on your cursor position. So first fix the cursor position and then click on insert above or below as per your requirement. Okay. Again fix the cursor position on roll number 3. We click on insert below, yes. So the new row is added at the below of the selected row. Okay. So there are two ways. First, select the row, or else you can simply place your cursor on particular cell of the row. If you want to add a new row at the end of the table, simply press tab at the end of the cell. Clear, students? So this is the way how to insert rows on the existing table. Okay, students, inserting rows. So now we'll go with inserting columns. How to insert columns? So now we'll discuss how to insert columns. Again I'll press Ctrl Z. Okay. So now I keep my cursor on subject 1 column. Okay, students. So now I'd like to insert a new column in between subject 1 and subject 2. Here I'd like to add a new column in between subject 1 and subject 2. So now my cursor position is in subject 1. Then which command is used to insert the new column? Command, students. So we have two commands, insert left and insert right. So insert left means, so if you want to insert the column on the left hand side of the selected column, then simply click on insert left. Okay. So if you want to insert column at the right hand side, simply click on insert right. So now which command is used to insert the new column in between subject 1 and subject 2? So my cursor position is in subject 1 right now. Come on, students, tell me. Which command is used to add the new column? Left or right? So insert right. So when we click on insert right, as a new column has been added in between the subject 1 and subject 2. Okay. So there is no space here. So that's why the column width is very small in size. Okay. Okay, students. Now Now I would like to add a new column in between roll number and name. Just I keep my cursor position on name column. Now which command is used to insert a new column, students? Now I want the new column in between the roll number and name. Come on, students. So now my cursor position is in the name column. Come on, students. Okay. So insert left. Insert left. Click on insert left. See here, the new column has been added in between roll number and name. So based on your cursor position, you have to select any one of the command among two commands, that is insert left and insert right. So we can easily add columns in anywhere on your table. Okay, students. So insert above and insert below for rows, insert left and insert right for columns. So this is about inserting rows and columns, and the shortcut method is again select any cell and then right click, and again we'll go with insert option. So if you want to insert columns on the left hand side, select insert columns to the left. So or else if you want to insert columns to the right hand side, click on insert columns to the right. So like this you can easily insert any rows and columns on your existing table. Clear, students? Okay. So tomorrow we'll discuss how to delete rows and columns, how to copy, cut and paste rows and columns, and some more important features on tables like resize, how to resize rows and columns, how to split and merge cells. Okay. Okay, students. Thank you everyone. Keep practicing, students. Okay.